I'm not even kidding. Actual like schizo dream. I had a dream. I had a dream. I was in the car with my dad, and for some reason, We Are Charlie Kirk played on Pandora, and we were listening to it unironically. And I sit there looking at my dad, like waiting for him to react, and he never reacted. And like he didn't react positively or negatively. It was just another song. And that was the dream. I woke up like, what the fuck? Like that, like I usually have really weird dreams, but like visually weird and narratively weird. This one was just him listening to We Are Charlie Kirk on the radio and being like, yeah, so like, how are things going? Nath? It's like, oh yeah, they're good, you know. We are Charlie. Just play in the background. Dude, I used to have dreams every day. Every day. Vivid dreams. And then for like a long time, I stopped having them. And then some nerd in chat says, actually, you don't stop having them. You actually don't remember them. Okay. Stop remembering them. And then recently, I've been having them again. But like, they're so bad that I get pissed now when I have them. I wish I didn't have them. Like, I can't describe it. Like, I had another, like, speaking of the Charlie Kirk, like, I had a dream. I was talking with my dad about the water boiler. And he was telling me all about the temperature functions. And like, I wake up, I'm like, what the fuck is the point? Like, cause I wake up like tired. I wake up tired, like, I feel like the dreams I have are making me tired. They're making me tired. I wake up like, oh man, like I don't feel like I didn't sleep good even though I slept so many hours. I'm like, what the fuck was I dreaming about? Like, it's such a waste of energy. Like, get rid of the dream, let me sleep. So like, I've had multiple instances of just like talking to somebody like, oh hey, yeah, it's like da, 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 da. Or like just me like walking. Like I used to have dreams of be like flying in space and going underwater and dinosaurs and lasers and it's like, oh yeah, like oh, you know, okay, it was like dude, like this is a nothing burger. This is one big nothing burger. I won't stand it. It's either the oddest dream not wet I've had. You did not need to preface that, but sure, man. I've never had a wet dream. Never, ever, ever. It sounds horrible, dude. Having a wet dream, have to fucking wipe your sheets. Your yucky sheets. I wake up in my house in a dream, and there's a policeman in my house. I'm like prisoner. I sneak around the house, eventually escaping, then running down the street, and someone else, the cop chases me. Okay, bro had a hello neighbor dream, but it was a cop instead. bro had a hello neighbor dream, basically. Subway Surfers, hello neighbor. Oh wait, flint like wood. Y'all remember Cloudy said me, flint like wood. Also, I remember a dream when I was 5. I had a dream where I woke up sleeping next to my mother. She gave me water, calm down, the dream repeat itself. I've had a few dreams where I was a dream in a dream in a dream. One time I had a dream where everything in my house, I was like 12, everything in my house was exactly the same, which is rare. Usually my dreams are like very vivid and weird. Everything was the same. I actually thought I was awake. I didn't even think I was sleeping. I thought I was awake. But then one piece of furniture was in a different spot. It was the mirror. The mirror was in a different spot in the room, and I noticed it. And then like the alarms went off. Not like no sound, but like the house started shaking. And I had a betta fish in this bowl in this room, right? In the kitchen. The betta fish just starts inflating to like unimaginable size. It breaks the fucking fish bowl and becomes half the size of the room. And it just keeps growing until I die. Until it grew so big that it crushes me to death. I just remember seeing this big blue betta fish and then dying. It was so fucking stupid. Also, not to talk shit about my grandma because it was a dream, but I had a dream where I went to my grandma's house as a kid, and I went to my grandma's house, and I was having nightmares every day. So I went to my grandma's house. I was like, "Grandma, is this a nightmare?" She was like, "No, this is a good dream." I was like, "Oh, phew!" But for some reason, this was my grandma's house, and she lived there, but she lived there with a random family that I never knew about. And in the dream, this family was like really strict and mean. And for some reason, the sink had the new family had installed a sink attachment that you use to spray the water. You know, you have like the normal faucet, and then they had this new one where you use it and it has the hose and you spray it. So I was like, whoa! But then I take the thing, right, and I press the button. And the pressure's too big. Starts spraying everywhere. It sprays all over the house. This family was so pissed at me. They grabbed me, like, I forgot what they said, but the lady kicks me out to the street, and then she throws a dog treat into the street. By the way, I'm like 10 in this dream, and I was 10. She throws a dog treat into the street, and I hear rumbling, and down the street, 100 chihuahuas with metal spiky teeth would come after me and chomp on me to death. That was the dream. My grandma lied to me, and then I sprayed a sink faucet, and then I got killed by 100 chihuahuas with metal teeth, and that was it. When I was a kid, I honestly don't think I have any fears anymore. Any irrational fear, any like major. Only fears I've ever had in recent time is like fear of death, fear of like random nuke dropping. I used to be a scaredy cat as a kid, and something flipped. Like I have no fears anymore. Like I used to be afraid of like snakes and clowns and a whole bunch of shit. I'll tell you what. I don't have a fear, but vinyl puppets freak me the fuck out. Like if you've ever seen a vinyl puppet that they use for shows and they act like it's not horrifying and they're horrifying. These fucking things. People act like they're not the creepiest things in the goddamn world. Yeah, like the Goosebumps shit. Yeah, like these fucking things. Like they're so creepy. Like shit like this. Like this is horrifying. Like this is not meant for the public eye. These things are like, if someone has this in they're so uncanny and weird. I find them incredibly creepy. I don't have a fear of them, but I find them creepy. Did you ever dream when you were older or younger than you honestly had the dream? Oh yeah, but not often. One of my weirdest dreams, I think I've said this on stream before, but one time I had a dream where I was like a 13-year-old girl in the year 3000 in a space colony, and I had to go, I was on a mission sent by my family in my colony to go to a crash ship of ours that we had evacuated from to recover old information and like resources and stuff. And I legit, it was so freaky. It was like 3 hours of my life where I wasn't me. I didn't know. It was the opposite of a lucid dream. It's like it was the most opposite of a lucid dream ever. I was fully somebody else for like 3 hours. And I woke up like, what the fuck? I was like, oh, dude, like, that hurt my brain, bro. I was like, dude, to be like somebody else for free. It was like a 13-year-old girl. I was like, what the like a whole new name, whole new era, like nothing of like, dude, nothing like you know, similar. It was just fucking freaky. It was freaky sauce. One time I had a dream where I was Kenny from South Park. I snorted cocaine and then I started killing people in a sewer. I have a whole bunch logged from a long time ago that I haven't logged many, so I need to... I did die, actually. I did die after. But I need to start logging them again, because dreams are just interesting. I used to get nightmares as a kid so bad. I had a dream where the clown from Johnny Test killed me with a jackhammer as a kid, and it actually, like, probably permanently ruined my brain. The weirdest dream I've ever had, I had when I was 5 years old. Was I was in like a old medieval castle, and then on there was a bridge between two towers of the castle, and this bridge had a circus. I was afraid of clowns. Oh no, right before this, the first room I went to a dentist office and it had camouflage background, and then they drowned me to death, and then they revived me, and then I was already terrified. I was already as a 5-year-old just like terrifying. I got drowned to death by dentists. And then I go across this bridge, and there's 5 of my family members very close to me on the bridge, and they look at me and say, Nathaniel, it's our time. And then they do a suicide pact before I even knew what suicide was. They commit a suicide pact right in front of me. I'm 5 years old, into a pit of rats. But they fall into a pit of rats and they die. And I'm like all fucking crying and traumatized. And then I walk into another room. And the clown from Johnny Test, the clown guy from Johnny Test comes up to me. He has a jackhammer and he jackhammers me to bits and pieces, and I die. And yeah, that was the worst dream I've ever had, weirdest dream I've ever had. And that shit, I used to have a fear of sleeping. I used to not want to sleep. My mom would tell me to go to sleep, and I would literally like freak out. I would scream. I think I learned a lot about myself when I learned about other people's dreams. When I learned about other people's dreams, I realized that, oh dude, I got some fucking weird shit going on in my brain. Yeah, like I only had one dream of like being naked at school. Like that's like oh, being naked at school, or like somebody dies, or like someone chases you. Like no, like dude, like rainbows. I'm in Mario Kart. I'm flying around. I explode. Johnny Test guy, and then Muck comes from Pokemon. I had a dream where Muck Muck, Grimace, and the Clown for Johnny test all abducted my dad in front of me at school. They shrunk him down to micro size, and they put him on a DS cartridge. And then they said, all right, Nathaniel, in order to save your dad, you have to blow him off without killing him. And then I blew the DS cartridge and I killed my dad. And then they laughed at me, and then they went onto a helicopter and left. Like, and I was like 7. Like, this is the weird. And then my dad was dead, and it showed him as Cupid in heaven. It was just like this is the weird shit that I dreamed about. Remember one of my dreams lately being with cats having babies while being neutered and spaded. It makes sense that way. It was recently in my mind. Yeah, you seem like just have normal dreams. Yeah, I've had normal dreams, but it's rare. Really, recently has been the most ever. Like talking to my dad about like the electric water heater. It's like this is fucking boring. It's like a copy from my family member. Yeah, bro, we were not dreaming the same shit, bro. But yeah, no, I mean, I love dreams. I've had my fair share of awesome dreams along with nightmares, but I think the nightmares were the weirdest ones. I know I've had a fair share. Some dreams I've forgotten about, but it's weird. Like, I've forgotten about the dream, but I remember the feeling of the dream after I woke up. So it's like weird. Like, I kind of remember the dream. I just don't remember exactly what happened. I just remember like waking up being like mortified. Yeah, they call it lucid dreaming when you're fully conscious and you're able to control your dream. I've had a lot of half lucid dreams where like I'm making choices and I'm aware I'm in a dream, but I'm not controlling the dream. Like for instance, like the dream where I was like, Grandma, is this a nightmare or a dream? Like I remember asking her, I remember talking to her, like I was lucid in a way, but I wasn't like controlling the dream or like using my mind to do whatever I want. I've only had a couple of actual real lucid dreams where I was like controlling everything. Most of my dreams I'm semi-conscious, but I'm just letting the movie play out basically. Not by choice, just like subconsciously the movie's just playing. I remember I had a dream when I was sleeping. I had Beats headphones on when I was a kid and I was sleeping, right? And then this dog came into like my house and like started like eating me basically. And then subconsciously, my brain in the dream told me to take off my headphones. And when I took off the headphones in the dream, I woke up and I had taken off the headphones while asleep and they were in my hand. I was like, bro, I manifested my own escape mechanism from a dream. I was in this dream, this dog was eating me, I had these beats on, and I remember like, oh, I'm gonna pull them off, and I pull them off and I wake up, I'm like, I escaped the dream, dude, it was fucking crazy. Also, I guess it could be like vor fetish, even though it was actually terrifying, but I got swallowed by like a stegosaurus in a dream when I was a kid. And, god damn, my dog's farting and it's so smelly, dude. God damn. I got swallowed by a stegosaurus and it was really slimy. Like, he didn't chew on me, he just swallowed me whole. That dude is, bro, he's just hanging, he's just chilling. Bro's just hanging around. Hey, he's just hanging around. I was repeating dream where I was in the corner and I said door slide variation each time. At some point, Frankenstein's monster thing in the bathroom down the hallway. Maybe I drink because I'm never lucid to pinch myself. I'm lucid enough to send me no. Exactly. No, it's most of my dreams for the people. Where like, you know you're in a dream, but you can't control and you can't leave. My least favorite dreams ever was when you're powerless. You punch into like, it's like the weakest punch ever, or you scream and nothing comes out of your voice. How many times I've screamed for my dad while like someone's going to kill me in a dream and and then he died and like, okay, I don't have a fear, but I have a weird thing. I absolutely despise tickling, and I have like an insane angry reaction to tickling, and it comes from a kid from my parents tickling me, and I didn't like it, and they would do it anyway. And I had a dream where I used to be afraid of Swiper from Dora. Okay, like I used to be really afraid of Swiper from Dora. I'd see Swiper from Dora, I would freak out. I see Swiper from Dora, and I'm, you know, it's not a good time, all right? But I had a dream where Swiper and I were in this all marble room, and there's a window, but everything else is all marble, and there's this throne, this cold throne chair, and he puts me on and he locks me onto it with these metal locks. And then he literally tickles me to death, and that was my dream. And I was terrified. That was one of the worst dreams of all time. He tickled me to death, and it was so aggravating. And you know how bad his dream was? That 5 years later, I had the same dream. I had the same exact dream, but I was 5 years older, and my ass broke free of these metal locks, and I started punching his ass to death. And I killed him. I killed Swiper. And I woke up. I was the happiest kid alive. 5 years later, I got redemption against that asshole. I'm not even. It was the same dream perfectly until I got locked up. I broke free. I started fucking decking him to death, and he died. I fucking beat him to a bloody pulp, and ever since then, I've never been afraid of Swiper. I stood up for myself in my dream. It was amazing. No. I would have had PTSD with Swiper if I never killed him. But that dream cured my PTSD. Swiper now, I giggle and laugh. I see him. I'm like, I think it's funny because I killed his ass, bro. I killed Swiper from Dora. I did it. It was me. I did it all by myself. That's called character development. That's called character development. I am the one who knocks. I've had it also that I mentioned earlier. I had a dream where I was drowned by dentists. I had the same dream years later, and then they tried drowning me and it didn't work, and I laughed. And then I don't think I killed them, but I think the dream was just over. And then ever since then, I've never been afraid of dentists anymore. Like, I think my dreams have like kind of cured some of my traumas as a kid, because later on I'd have the same dream and just redeem myself. I mean, that's happened a long time. That was just kid shit, or like you have nightmares, stuff like that. I think I'm learning more and more that no one has dreams like me. I think. I mean, I haven't had dreams in a long time, but most of this shit was when I was a kid. Every once or twice a year, I have like a really crazy dream. But when I was a kid, dude, I had such a vivid imagination. I was just able to dream more. I think you can. Having a dream journal makes you dream more. I remember when I wrote in my dream journal that I was starting dreaming every day instead of every few days. Like, it's weird. The more you write about your dreams, the more you think about your dreams, the more dreams you have. Complete mundane to wacky. Oh, the mundane ones are new. That's a new thing for me. They were always wacky, dude. One time, I was the Guitar Hero player on YouTube, UCog Monkey, and then we were playing Crash Bandicoot Mario Kart Rainbow Road Lane with like tons of explosions and stuff, and then I get teleported to a room of a classroom. The classroom is a small classroom, but it's floating in space with cosmic galaxy, but the roof's up, but I'm seeing in third person, and Mia Khalifa's in the room. I had just started waxing my carrot at that age, so it was, you know, Mia Khalifa was all I knew. So Mia Khalifa was in my dream, and she was the teacher, and then I remember being like oogly goo, and then something else happened, and like the whole dream transformed, and yeah, like I remember that was another one. I remember that was like when I was like 13. All right, my first lucid dream was I was 11. Okay, and I was in this dream. I don't remember anything part, but I remember it happened mid dream. Some point in the middle of the dream, I went, "This is a dream." And then boom, became lucid. I was at school. I turned the whole school into Minecraft. Okay? I turned the whole school into Minecraft. And then I had this girl I sat next to, and I was a little nerdy boy, all right? I remember this girl was super popular. I sat next to her, and I was a little nerdy boy. I showed her I remember drawing, and this, by the way, this is out of the dream. I was in class, and I drew all the parts to computer, like the GPU, and the case, and the hard drive. And I was showing her like, yeah, like this is the parts of the computer. And like, she did not give a fuck. And she was like, oh, cool. I was like, I was just being a mega fucking nerd. And then I was like, wait, I'm in control of this dream. I spawn a couch. Spawn a couch. I'm like, I spawn her. And then I had a dream, and I did the dream nasty. And that's the only time I've ever done that. Never done it again. No, that's not true. I think I've only had 2 or 3 dreams where I did something sexual with a girl. For someone, I feel like as someone who deals with lust as me, I don't have dreams about girls often at all. Only twice or ever. I think 3 times maybe. I spawned a couch. By the way, the couch wasn't Minecraft. It was a normal couch in Minecraft. It was a non-wet dream. It was just a horny dream. But like, dude, no, they're not all about men. Usually, but not always. Are you JD Vance? Where's that one picture of JD Vance that's like really fucking terrifying? Yeah. this fucking thing, bro. There's something so evil but so funny about just using face app to like fuck up people's faces, like add hair, add fat lips, fat cheeks. I've had some other dreams. I'm just having a hard time thinking about them all. You know what? They're in my phone. Let's looky. Let's get a looky over here. I was shopping with my cousins on Melrose in Los Angeles, and I bought a GameCube controller for Smash Bros. Pretty normal dream. Nath, what can you tell me about girls with color hair, not the gay kind? If a girl got color hair, it either looks horrible or looks amazing. No in between. Like, there was this girl I talked to. Somehow, she rocked a pure pink bubblegum hair. I don't know how she did it, because normally I think it looks horrible, but she actually rocked pure pink bubblegum hair. It just had the face for it. I don't know. It worked perfectly. She was like that girl from the show where that guy who does weird push-ups and we are number one. Lazy Town. From Lazy Town. I like how my autistic ass has to sing the song to remember the name of the show. I have to sing the funny song so I know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. Anybody knows about Fitz and Swagger Souls in them? I used to listen to their podcast when I thought they were cool. I don't think they're cool. I was in a castle living with Fitz and the gang, and they all got... They all get pregnant and are on drugs. By the way, they're all men, so I was having dreams about men getting pregnant in 2019. Medieval style, but in the year 3000. A girl comes over and we're going to use her for a sacrifice, but then she has powers, and then for some reason, her and I live happily ever after. Cool. Oh, see, I have a dream. I went to school and I saw blank and blank from elementary. So I did have some normal dreams every once in a while. Okay, I was on a boat ride with Mr. Garrison from South Park, and then there's these weird bosses, and they turn into an obstacle course, but it was insane, and then an older brother of a girl was hunting me down to kill me, and then Sea of Thieves was the influence. There's something I've had, whereas I have a dream, and then I know why I had the dream. Like I had a dream where I had World of Warcraft, and like Hank Hill, and like shit from like the day before that I had watched or done, and then it turned into the dream of the night. I mean their personality. There's this girl like reddish hair I think is really pretty, mythology class. It's my elective. Girls with colored hair in high school, middle school is a whole different conversation than outside of school. Like, if a girl's got like tattoos and piercings and colored hair outside of school, like if you're like an adult, it's like, this girl is hot, she's cute, she's probably not marriage material, she's probably a little cuckoo. Girls like that tend to like be a little bit more like cheaty type from what I've like experienced. I might be wrong. You know, if it's in school, I mean they're probably still a little weird, but I wouldn't worry about it. Like, I would go for it if they're cute. You know, if you're just looking for a cute girl to hang out with, then yeah, they're fun. They're usually fun. Says the 22-year-old virgin. Okay, dude, I'm not a virgin. I was sexually assaulted when I was 7. No, I'm joking. Dude, you can't joke about that, Nath. That's fucked up. I'm sorry. Okay. H4ST blames me for XXX Tentacion's murder, so I go to prove him wrong and end up in a facility and go on a killing spree after snorting cocaine as Kenny from South Park. That's the full Kenny snorting cocaine dream. Straight up insult / J. Yeah, you're a fucking idiot, Nath / J. Like, okay, bro. Castlevania, Mario Kart, and many other game arenas with all people I know, and then me and Stronger Ball Guy go to OG Castlevania and find the Easter egg. Dude. Oh, I had a dream where I had 2 dreams where I was in India's dorm school, hide and seek. It was like a huge complex in India, and it was like a hide and seek thing. Pedophilic soy boy Nath / J. These strings are beyond cooked. I need to wash yourself. Are you stinky? As a kid, I actually had a lot of girl dreams about crushes, though. But I never did. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. This is the most pathetic loser thing you're ever gonna hear, bro. But like in the last couple of years, bro, I literally can't bag a girl in my dreams. I have dreams with girls that I like, and I fail to bag them, and I wake up pissed, like I'm getting rejected in my sleep. I've had dreams where there's a cute girl, I'm trying to approach her, and I wake up, I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, give me some play. I can't even have dream pussy? Like, I can't even have dream pussy no more. Like, it's over for me. Oh, man, let's see, got another one in here. Weird medieval dark ages, black magic setting with sand magic, weird daily rituals of fend off, death, Rainbow Six Siege stuff, and saw many familiar faces. Random friend from school and I are running from school late. We walk into it's a grocery store, and then principal escorts us around. I lose them later, and I walk into her office, ask us to be late, be excused if I choose something. And then she says I can be excused if I choose something for her to eat. Then she starts smothering the food all over her body and then kisses me. And I put what the fuck at the end of the dream. So it went from medieval dark ages to black magic to Rainbow Six Siege to school to grocery store to teacher putting food all over her body. Good to know. Oh, bro. I am fucked, bro. It's over. It's over, bro. Okay, this one has literally 5 words. Disney, Destiny, the video game, fire hydrant almost kills me. That's the dream log. Disney, Destiny, almost killed by a fire hydrant. But that's it. That's all I wrote. That's all I wrote. Oh, I looked like 5 words, but I realized that it was part of a sentence. Oh, I had a dream where me and Meat did crack, and we got addicted to crack. Dude, I forgot about that. Me and me had a dream where me and me we tried coke and crack, and we got addicted. And then day 3, some of my cousins found out, and then there was an ambulance, and then we had a weird shootout, and then there was like these maces. Oh yeah, that's cool. What the fuck? Okay, it says Sophia and Elliot. These are some girls at school. Go dragon photography and land that seems closest to Kid Icarus training room or Skypiea for One Piece. Then go back to a restaurant in Little Compound and see Lauren and flirt with her, and then I wake up. And then in another dream, alternate reality where I live with my fake friend Chip, who drives me places. We go to a restaurant with ice cream and fried pastries. Funny Razel Bagel. I had a dream where I made up a joke called, instead of raisin bagel, it was Razel Bagel. And that was and I remember being like, oh, that's kind of funny. And I wrote it down. It was the Razel Bagel. Yeah, the more I'm talking, the more I think I'm insane, realizing what I'm talking about. These were years ago, though. This was 2022, 2023, 2019. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Whoa. Okay, this dream was, all right. Okay, so Austin CS is this guy. I used to watch this guy when I was playing Counter-Strike, okay? So, again, this is years ago, Andy. So this guy's Austin CS, okay? Austin CS is Aaron Yeager, Patrick Bateman. An old complex I lived in with stepbrothers. Bigger with overgrown stuff, Souls architecture, castles, shit, blah, blah, blah. Like, dude, what the fuck? Like, my dreams are pointless. I had a dream that said CS2. I guess I was playing Counter-Strike in my dream. Forgot most of dream. Staring into big... Oh my god, this one was gross. Okay, this dream. Forgot most of dream. But look at big hole in forehead. With tonsil, stone, mucus, and stones inside a mirror. So, I don't know if anybody knows what a tonsil stone is, which is something I have to deal with, which are like... It's a buildup of bacteria and plaque in like your tonsils that turns into like these little pebbles. And they're like really stinky and they're gross. And so I've always like tried to take them out so my breath doesn't fucking stink. So I had a dream that my entire head was a hole with a huge tonsil stone about this fucking big inside. And then I popped the tonsil stone out. It's like a tonsil stone this fucking big that comes out of my forehead. And then I took a picture of it. Oh, and then the next dream says Lego boss fight. These are from a couple years ago now. These are somewhat recent. Last dream I said was Muay Thai battle in Open City. Flew there and stayed at my grandma's at near 7-Eleven with a Bunger campy thingy. Battle Royale, me and the guy were the last. I lost, but the fight was admirable. I'm insane, bro. I gotta start writing dreams again, dude. I'm an insane person, bro. I'm an insane person, dude. Actually, the more I'm talking about my dreams, the more I think something's crazy.